Tell me one of your best experiences. I'll go first. I never forget the first time I had my very own apartment. It was in Brixton, and I remember that it was quite near the bridge, actually. And I walked into my little apartment, and I remember, like, you know, I got a futon. I didn't have much. I was very, very young. I was like 18 years old. And I'd been living in squats before that, which wasn't fun necessarily, although I was having a whale of a time with my girlfriends because we all shared together. But this was my very first place all on my own. And I remember I would go into that apartment, and every day I would put on my favorite album, something like, oh my God, Tracy Chapman, Fast Cars and things like that, albums like that. And, you know, I would go in there and I would just put these records on, and it was my space. And I'd never had anything that was mine before. It was amazing. And I never forget, I got a boyfriend, and he would stay over sometimes, whatever, you know. And then one day, the landlord let himself in at night, and he came into my room, and thank God my boyfriend was there, because, you know, otherwise who knows what would have happened, right? And I remember him just sort of being a bit like, oh, I just came to check on everything. And then he goes, you're not allowed to have people here. And he sort of put it on that. And my boyfriend was like, well, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to be here at 11 o'clock at night either, mate. And they sort of got into this like argument. Well, then I got chucked out of my apartment, and I lost my first home because of that creepy landlord. But nonetheless, that was still one of my best experiences, living on my own, having a sense of such pride that I was able to do it. You know, no matter what anyone had told me, I'd managed to earn enough money to have this little place, and it was mine, and it was so cute. And I miss those days when life was so simple. And it was simple, wasn't it? Don't you know? It's so hard now, isn't it? Living on your own and paying all the bills and doing that. But I remember even paying my bills, I had this like binder folder, and I split it up into the week, and I'd put whatever money I earned, I'd split it up into like 6, you know, and the 7th day I'd save like 10%. And I've done that ever since I was like young. And yeah, it was mad. I had this little kitten called Trip. And good times, man, good times. Tell me your stories, Luv&Bass, your girl.